make cozy arm knitted throws is Ken. Ken, this is so fascinating to me.
You have been legitimately fascinated by this all day.
I don't even know who I am anymore sometimes. Just tell me about this.
So sort of arm knitting has been sort of in vogue for quite a while, for like a couple of years. And right now, arm knitted throws are super on the rise. Like you can see them on Etsy. They're like $500-600, super expensive, but they are incredibly easy to make. And really, this time of year, a nice, big, cozy like throw, who could ask for more?
For sure. And you look at this, and I, you know, what comes up for me is A, I love it, as you know. B, if you're not an experienced knitter, I feel like I wouldn't be able to pull this off. But you say that is not the case.
True. I knit with needles and I knit with arms. Arms is much easier. It's really a process of making a knot with your hand. It's a great way to start, and it's super easy. Like to make a throw this size with needles, you're taking months. I made that one there, 45 minutes. 45 minutes. It goes that fast.
Okay, well, you got started a little bit earlier. Let's take a look at what you did.
I'll take you through the step-by-step. So first, you're going to cast on, just like your regular knitting, which is to get the thread onto your needle or your arm. So take one end of the thread and tie it into a knot and just leave a loop. You're making like a little bracelet there. Just slip that onto your right hand and then loop the thread behind your fingers and lay it over your palm. Now with your other hand, reach in that little loop behind the one hanging and grab the rest of the yarn. Pull it off into a slip knot. Slide that onto your arm. And just keep doing that. Lay it over your palm, reach under your fingers, grab the thread, pull it through, let it fall off your hand, put it back on your arm. Keep doing that. For this one, I did 20 cast on, basically until I got to my elbow, then I stopped. Now to make the actual knit, loop it around your thumb, make a fist, and then slide the loop over your fist. And then take the loop that's on your fist and put it on the other hand. You're just gonna keep doing that. Grab the yarn, make a fist, slide the knot over your fist, do it until all the knots are on your left hand, then back the other way. You just keep grabbing the thread with the knot, grabbing it with your fist and sliding the loop over. You just keep doing that back and forth until you have your throw. It's really that easy.
That is incredible. And I appreciate you kind of really doing it step by step like that slowly because it made it really doable.
It's not complicated when you really break it down.
Okay, all right, so we've got this. Now what do we do next?
Well, I'm gonna finish off. I'm halfway in between, so I'm gonna do this live. Here's my end. I'm grabbing it with my fist. I'm sliding the loop over.
Okay.
And then this loop that I've made, I'm just putting it on my other. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. Over, through, grab it, make a fist, slide it over, put it through.
And as you're doing that, let me ask you this. What kind of chunky yarn should we be looking for?
Well, you want as thick as possible, and there are lots of types out there. What I'm using here is like a non-twisted, so the fibers are straight, because I really like the puffy and coziness. And this was like $6.99 a skein, so not expensive. But it's not great if you've got kids or pets because it can snag easily.
Okay.
For that, you want something that I have right there, which is the same thing, but it's twisted, and that's going to make it a little bit more kind of durable as far as snags and all that.
Might take a little longer to build, though, because it's not quite as chunky.
It's not quite, but it's still pretty chunky.
Okay,
it's still pretty chunky.
So then, are we getting close to finishing this off?
Now I finished. I did my last row, and now we're going to cast off.
Okay.
Which is the process of getting it off your arm. Again, over my thumb, I'm going to hold it, just like I did before. I made my first knot.
Yes.
I'm going to make a second knot, but then I'm going to take this first one and drop it. And I'm just going to keep doing that. Make a second knot, drop it off. And this, little by little, I'm getting it off of my arm.
Now, will people watching this at home, if they're knitters, will they recognize this?
If they're knitting, yes, this is exactly what you do on needles. But on your arms, I have to say, it's a lot easier because when you're dealing with needles and thin yarn, you're, oops, you got me distracted.
I'm so sorry, Ken. It's my fault, everybody.
You're dealing with such tiny pieces that it's super hard to do.
Okay.
But this is much easier because you've got large pieces. You can't really get lost, and you're really just making knots.
You know what I love? I love that you made a mistake and you went back and you just fixed it. Man, you are.
It's not, like, worst case scenario, you sort of take it out and you start over. It's really
you're
that
like
easier.
Masterclass knitter status here, Ken. I'm impressed. Okay, so for a throw this size, how much yarn would we need to buy?
So I used, depending upon how much is in one and how thick it is, 6 to 8 skeins. So really, if you got it for $7 and you're using 6, you're making this whole thing for like 40 bucks.
And look how beautiful
Right.
and how cozy. It's incredible. Wow,
Yeah.
you are super.
And really,
professional.
so I started watching the news last night, and I finished before the news was over. So
Ken-
see, we're at the last one, and then you just over.
It's amazing.
And then all you're gonna do is cut it, and you're done. Voila.
Cut that, and you did it in
Look at
real
that.
time.
Big throw. There you
Even
go.
with a little mistake.
But you
in the
gotta be,
middle,
you
fixed
get
it.
all furry with it, and it can be very like, so you've got to like, be careful.
He did it. And he's
A
got
gift
the
for
t-shirt
Christmas
to prove it.
because of you.
That is well deserved, and I got to tell you, nobody should wear that T-shirt other than this guy right here. He just proved it. Multi-talented, full instructions. You know where to go. HallmarkChannel.com. I love this guy right here.